The Prince presents Sousou no Frieren. Sousou no Frieren anime released in 2023 has captivated viewers not only for its beautiful story and engaging characters, but also for the dedicated and skilled direction of Keiichiro Saito. Following his notable debut with Butch the Rock in 2022, Saito brought his unique vision to Frieren, crafting an anime that feels both fresh and impactful in the fantasy genre. The manga had already received high praise, but with Saito's adaptation, the series elevated to an unprecedented level, blending fantasy with profound human themes. Finally, I can use my German. Frieren. The first episode of Frieren sets the tone, introducing a world where the journey is already at an end. The main characters have defeated the Demon King, and they return to a peaceful world. This is where Frieren diverges from typical fantasy. Instead of focusing on epic quests, the narrative centers on the heroes' lives post-victory, exploring their humanity, relationships, and the toll that time takes on each one of them. This becomes even more special for me as a big fan of RPGs. RPGs never show after the end of the journey, but seeing Frieren do this and the whole story being related after the journey ends makes it all the more special. Frieren touches on themes such as loss, regret, the fleeting nature of life, and the search for purpose of one's life goals have been achieved. Rather than an action-packed adventure, it's a contemplative, introspective exploration of existence and meaning. At the heart of this story is Frieren itself, a centuries-old elf whose long lifespan drastically alters her understanding of time and relationships. Her extended life brings challenges. She struggles to connect with people who will inevitably pass away long before she does. Initially, Frieren appears cold and almost apathetic. Her vast lifespan makes her struggle to relate to humans and their short temporal lives, making her cautious to form close bonds. But as the story unfolds, it reveals much deeper and more vulnerable side to her character, a sense of regret for not valuing her relationship more fully, particularly with her comrades Himmel and Hater, whom she becomes to appreciate only after they are gone. This introspective arc makes Frieren a complex and relatable character. It reminds us of the universal human experience of losing loved ones and the regret that often accompany that loss. Frieren frequently shifts between two timelines: Frieren's current journey with new companions Fern and Stark, and her past experience with Himmel and his group. These flashbacks are essential not just for understanding her backstory but also for exploring the series themes. Some may see the frequent flashbacks as repetitive, yet each one adds deep to the story and presents a new perspective on Frieren's character's development. Her memories of Himmel shows the way he touched her life, emphasizing that in a sense he lives on as long as she remembers him. Even though he is physically absent from the current timeline, his influence remains strong and resonates in every flashback, which builds an ongoing presence that feels as real as any living character. The show employs episodic storytelling to its advantage, incorporating a range of contemplative, emotive, and reflective scenes in a way reminiscent of Mushishi or even Natsume Yujincho, which are both really good animes that I recommend, and other slice of life classics in the iyashikei genre. These episodes are often simple but profound, building emotional resonance through small, mundane events. For instance, in episode 5, Frieren has a heart-filled conversation with Eisen, who acknowledges that even a brief journey of a century with her was life-changing. Other standout moments include the story of the ring Himmel gifted Frieren and Stark's backstory. Each of these stories highlights a different theme, such as regret, fear, and the longing for purpose, demonstrating the narrative's richness and depth. Although Frieren is deep and thoughtful, it also has moments of light-heartedness. The characters' interactions are frequently humorous, with some story arcs delivering lighter, comedic moments that balance the show's heavier themes. The anime's use of the fantasy setting adds variety to its genre, transitioning smoothly into action and adventure, especially in the demon-related arcs where the stakes feel genuinely high. The demon arc effectively showcases the danger the group faces, adding suspense and intrigue to the plot. Well, and the second half of the series includes a Mage Examination Arc. This part of the story falls short compared to the rest of the anime. Yes, I'm also a hater of this arc. Unlike the unique, character-driven approach that defines Frieren, the Exam arc feels more formulaic and lacks the emotional depth of early episodes. While the examination tests involve facing a clone of Frieren, the execution is basic, and the battles feel disconnected from the deeper themes that make the anime special. The combat scenes, while technically well animated, detract from the introspective existential tone that is Frieren's strength. I hope that in the future there will be nothing like this arc, because if I were to point out a major flaw in Frieren's story, it would be this arc alone. Despite these weaker moments, Frieren shines when focusing on character personal journeys, such as Fern struggles with her self-worth or Himmel flashbacks. The scenes that truly resonate are those outside of battles, where the series delves into slice-of-life territory, offering glimpses into his character's ordinary, relatable moments. The last episode, in which Himmel recalls his first encounter with Frieren, is particularly touching. Leaving the interview between Frieren and Siri stands out as well, adding deep to Siri's character and providing a powerful confrontation that is one of the series' highlights. Visually, there is nothing more to say. Keiichiro Saito's direction brings an aesthetic blend of realism and stylized art that elevates the story's emotional impact. While the action scenes are fluid and technically impressive, the series also excels in creating an atmosphere of stillness and contemplation, particularly in its scenic landscapes. Throughout the anime, there are numerous wide shots with characters small against the vast sky, symbolizing humanity's smallness against the boundless flow of time and nature. This visual choice resonates deeply in facing the insignificance of the characters against the cycle of life, death, and the passage of time. It's a recurring reminder that everyone in this story is vulnerable to the changes brought by time, regardless of strength or status. Sousou no Frieren lives up to their high expectations. Its introspective and profound storytelling breathes new life into the fantasy genre, offering a heart-filled reflection on time, relationships, and the human experience. It has brought forth a story of deep, universal relatability and beautiful simplicity, becoming one of the most unique and memorable anime experience of the last few years. I'm actually excited for the future of this story, as I believe it still has a lot of room to grow and be better than it already is. And we reached the end of this video. I dedicated this video to my beloved wife, Frieren. Yes, she's one of my favorite characters ever. Well, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like it, and I'll see you next time. Now the curtains will close, the prince is out, and showdown. Faces, adding suspense and intrigue to the plot. Intrigue, I don't know how to speak English, sorry. And the second half of the series includes a mage. Okay, now I got it, it's mage.